Alright, last time I tried to film this, I had a few disasters with the sound. It didn't sound very loud. Sound is on. If that goes to 10, it's on about 1.6. So I'm not going to play with the sound. Kind of, let's call it's on 2. Because if that's 5 and that's 2.5, well, it's not even on 2, is it? So. So, I can't really talk and this play. Bad CD. Let's play on the top one. Jim loves his Scan-Dyna. Scan-Dyna. 24. Treble. Bang. Bingo. Drops a good one. Right, well, I'm going to add what I've been doing. What I've done is I've got the Luxman and I've compared it with the Scan-Dyna, and I've used 2 CD players and 2 CDs that are the same, which is what you need. Because if you use one CD in the same player and you go from the variable output and the fixed output, you don't get the right result. It kind of lowers the amplitude, it lowers the volume, so you need like a pair of CDs. All right, 2 CD players, and then you connect speakers with 2 connections by amplification option, right? And obviously there's no, oh, there is a pin between them, of course there is, yeah, because this is going to the Luxman and these are going to the 2400 Scan-Dyna. And what you can't do is have both amplifiers on at the same time. That's a given. If you have both amps on at the same time, you could possibly damage an amplifier with feedback and God knows what into the circuit, blow an output blow a tube, blow a lamp, you know, transistor. Well, that's what I'm looking for. So I might do a kind of mashup of the Luxman, because I have to say, I'm listening to something like this fantastic album by Charlie Winston, which has got Like a Hobo from a Broken Home. It really is a great album, and it's so dynamic. There's a lot going on, a bit like Radiohead. And I have to say that without the loudness on, the Luxman doesn't cut it, whereas this has got built-in loudness inside the circuit. When you're on low volume, it does something, and it gives you more mid and a bit more low end. So you need the loudness engaged if you can do a comparison, which you can do as soon as you turn that. If I turn that off and turn that on, and I've only got one Radiohead CD, so I can't do it, but you would, without the loudness engaged on the Luxman, it sounds thin and nasally compared to the 2400. With the loudness engaged, I've got to knock the bass down to 9 o'clock, right? This is the attenuator for the bass. That's neutral. +6, -6, whatever you want to call it -3. And you've got 2 positions. You can have neutral, which would effectively bypass the tone control. Can't see that one in this light, but you've got 400 hertz and 200 hertz. If it's on 400, it cuts the most. Same here. If this toggle is here, it adds or detracts the most treble. So you need this on, if you've got loudness engaged on with these speakers, playing Charlie Winston CD, to keep up with this, you need loudness engaged. Otherwise, it's game over before you even get going. You need that on to be on 400. This wound down to -3. The rest is on neutral. And it still doesn't sound as nice. It does not sound as sweet, as cohesive. Now, it could be that the Luxman needs service, because there is a problem with tape 2 on it. On tape 2, there's no left or there's no right channel. I can't remember which one on playback. So it could be that the Luxman needs a service, right? But then the Scan-Dyna is older, and I mean, it's like the CD players aren't exactly the same. They're Sony. This one's a slightly better model in that it's got surround sound features that are a gimmick anyway, you never use. It looks a bit nicer, but essentially they're the same. And I think, well, the inherent sound out of the box, even if this was firing on 100% on tape 2, and assuming it is on, there may be a problem, because I just don't get the same impression of a wide ambient sound that I do with the Scan-Dyna. It's really, I was never happy with the Luxman. I mean, I've only been using it recently, but I couldn't get seated right. I couldn't find, I'd be like, yeah, I'm kind of hearing, and there is a balance control on there, but Scan-Dyna gives a nicer sound stage, is what I'm saying, in a roundabout way. Jim, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. And yeah, it's a nicer sound. And I'll do a video of a couple of CDs and switch between the two. And look forward to that. And I'll catch you later. Have a nice week.